What up? I think there's one person in here. This is my first time. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. Just gonna post on Instagram real quick. What's up, Maritza? I know you. Long time no see. How you doing? Yeah, you coming back to Woodstock for 10th year anniversary? Thank you, Felicia. What's up, Nick? Thanks for subbing. I'm super nervous. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I did a live stream once at a protest, but it was a little different. Can I share this link to Instagram? How's that work? Jay Ree, I am not technically a fruitarian. People throw around the term fruitarian. Technically, I like to use it as pure fruitarian, only fruit, as you said, don't eat vegetables. So I am not technically a fruitarian. I eat vegetables, I eat salad and nuts and seeds occasionally, and sometimes cooked food as well. So I'm not even 100% strict raw foodist all the time, but fruit makes up 80% of my diet every single day. So, and then I'll usually have a salad at night. Maritza, you're going to Woodstock? Hell yeah. Tom, yeah, I think you wrote me on Instagram, right? Confirm if that is correct. You're also a documentary person, right? I'll start answering questions in 1 second. Pardon the wait. I am just trying to share this to Instagram. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know what I'm doing. No, that is not. Do you guys know how to share a link? Any of you guys done live before? Can somebody send me the link on this thing so I can share it? Because I tried sharing. Oh, here we go. Let's see here. There we go. I found it. Maritza, Anna is doing well. We are just chugging along, trying to keep up with life. Not always very easy. All right. You guys will have my undivided attention in just a couple minutes or less. I don't know what is going on. This is not working. Oh well, I guess Instagram will just miss out. No biggie. All right, answering questions now. I'll answer the fruitarian thing for fruitarians. I think I can speak on behalf of them. Fruitarians do not eat vegetables because they are so ethical. They are more ethical than vegans. They are vegans, but fruit is the only food that we can take without harming the plant. So I believe most fruitarians are fruitarian because they are so ethical that they believe that they don't even want to harm plants. They just want to take what is given to them and have a symbiotic relationship with nature and life. Whereas vegetables, you have to kill the plant or harm the plant in order to harvest. I sound like Mordecai. I don't know if that is a compliment or not. I sound goofy. I'm nervous. I am nervous right now. That's for sure. How does somebody become a vegan? Well, if you want to really become a vegan, I think I should make the distinction between a vegan diet or a vegan lifestyle. What is veganism? What is plant-based? Plant-based is a diet. If you just want to change your diet, which your comment kind of alludes to saying you're trying to change your diet. If you just want to change your diet to a plant-based diet, all you got to do is learn about a plant-based diet and eat enough of the right foods, a good variety of foods, you're going to be fine. But if you want to be vegan, you should watch some documentaries about how animals are treated and then learn why people become vegan. And it's a whole lifestyle. So instead of just a diet, you're not buying animal products of any kind. You're not going to circuses. You're not going to rodeos. You're not paying zoos. You're not supporting animal cruelty of any way, shape, or form, right? I have to make somebody a moderator. Okay, I don't know how to do that. I really don't know what I'm doing. Somebody want to be moderator? Planet Page. Yes, people have been asking this. So we buy a lot of fruits every 2 weeks, and it lasts us for 2 weeks. Okay, I think I found the link. Copy. Try to find a picture for you guys real quick. Okay. Instagram post is made. See if I can show this photo for you. It's gonna be really hard to see, I imagine. Oh my God. Okay. So that is taken from the second story of this house. That is what you're seeing is boxes of fruit. It's kind of hard to see. There we go. The glare is gone. Seeing boxes of bananas, mangoes, coconuts, bags of oranges, some plants. That's how much. That's for Anna and I, my wife and I. We buy that much food, that much fruit. We also eat salads, which are not shown. But we buy that much fruit every 2 weeks. And it costs me about $50 for 2 weeks of fruit. I live in Brazil. We buy at the Fruit and Vegetable Distribution Center by the box, and it is very cheap. Xavier Charles, what's next? Dirtarians. There are people who eat dirt for B12 and stuff, but not exclusively. Fruitarians are baby stealers. Okay, moving on. Actually, I'll let you explain that. Race, lever. Why are fruitarians baby stealers? Maritza, do you want to be the moderator? Who wants to be a moderator? All right, any questions, you guys? Salad, plant killer? Yeah, I understand it might seem seem extreme or strange. But once you try a fruit-based diet, you will maybe start to understand why we shouldn't not only eat animals, but why fruitarianism is valid and potentially amazing and potentially could save the world from our parasitic ways. There's a reason why my name is Symbiotic Solutions, because I believe in symbiosis as a spiritual belief. So you can make fun of it all you want, but it's pretty dope. Ayla, yes, I know a lot of people who actually had ulcerative colitis, and it's hard to say cure because you can return to stuff that hurts your guts, and so you're never necessarily cured, but you can end all the negative symptoms of ulcerative colitis and IBS and stuff like that. I shouldn't say that. People can sue me for saying this, but I know people who have reversed all their symptoms and they're living happy, healthy lives without any negative symptoms from ulcerative colitis and IBS and all sorts of stuff like that with a very clean fruit-based diet. And it doesn't have to be 100% raw. It's just basically you want to get out all the junk. You want to eat whole plant foods that are healthy for you, nutritious, and they're not toxic, and they're not hurting the mucosal lining of your, is that a word, mucosal? The lining of your guts, right? Sue Nikocado and expose him in the next video. I love drama. You know, suing Nikocado did cross my mind years ago. He did many illegal things. What he did was illegal. Defamation, libel, slander. He cost the Woodstock Fruit Festival a lot of money. A lot of attendees said they're not going because of Nick's videos. But obviously, suing Nikocado would have just, you know, put him in a bad situation and would have been a lot of time and money wasted for us. And it's just not worth the time or energy. As you guys can see, karma comes back to you. I moved to Brazil because my wife is Brazilian. Hey, Gabriella. Good to see you here. Sounds like I should be a Jane. Yeah, it's a valid lifestyle. Basically, if you don't know what a Jane is, I don't really know that much of what a Jane is, but basically it's about ahimsa and you don't want to kill anything. So they'll literally sweep in front of them so they make sure they don't step on any bugs. Ayla. All right. I'll let, I don't know what the moderator does, but I guess I can, how's this everything sound? Mic sound good? Is you hot body from diet or more workout? I don't do any workouts, dude. I'm so lazy right now. How do I make somebody a moderator? I just click on their picture, somebody said. Ayla, you want to be a moderator? You sure you're not Nikocado? You're not going to mess with this? Yeah, Ayla. I'm not a doctor, so I can't give solid advice like this, but I imagine what may be good for you. Notice I'm speaking very carefully so nobody can sue me. You're going to want to eat nutrient-rich foods, fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, just plant foods of any kind that have a lot of nutrients in them. They're easy to digest and non-toxic. Xavier Charles, like I said, I am super, super, super lazy lately. I have not done anything other than walk with my dog, which I have to do pretty soon here. I probably can't stay for super long, but I do go jogging with the dog for like 20 minutes a day. And that's all I've done lately. But there's been times where I've worked out a lot, and I'm trying to get back to it. I actually went raw vegan almost overnight, almost 13 years ago. I didn't go vegan first, but I started more fruitarian, fruit-based about 3 years after that. Ayla, to absorb nutrients better. Again, I'm not a nutritionist or a doctor, but you can drink a lot of juice. The nutrients are absorbed very quickly and readily. But when you take the fiber out of foods, anything you do to a food changes it in a way that may be good in some ways and may be bad in other ways. There's always pros and cons. So in your situation, you might want to add as a supplement whole food juices, whole fruit juices, whole green juices, smoothies, stuff like that. Very easy to absorb and nutrient rich. Yeah, Maritza, I also hope Nick changes his ways. I actually saw a video that he posted, I believe today, showing like the juxtaposition of him raw. Him raw and him as he is now. And I commented, this is probably the best video you've ever made, because I think it's an amazing video just to see the contrast. I agree, Sublime Lizzie. I am finally, I think, mostly at peace with the whole situation, the whole Nick situation, which was why I was able to make the video without emotion and without being upset and without calling him names and without wishing ill on him. So yeah, peace of mind is extremely important. Okay, sorry, Ayla, I totally forgot to make you a mod. Somebody said just click on their picture and it'll make somebody a mod, but that's not working. Here we go. Okay, Ayla, you are moderator. Nikocado is a hogtarian. Not super interested in calling people names or making fun of people at the moment. Stephanie and Zach are both suing Nick. Where is that information? Because I honestly haven't done much research on this, but people have been telling me to contact Stephanie and Zach. Did I say Stephanie and Nick? People have been contacting Stephanie and Zach. Wow, sorry. I'm like super nervous and I'm like out of it mentally, but okay. People have been telling me to contact Stephanie and Zach and to give them all my information and make sure they see my video so it'll help them. I have weird feelings about it. I did contact them, but now that I think about it, it's weird, man. I don't know. So the original purpose of making this video was to kind of talk about what I've learned throughout this whole process. And give me 1 second. Okay. Which is how to deal with a narcissist, right? and I was going to do a bunch of research and have this video like be a really good guide, but I didn't do that. I had a busy day, and so I'm just going to talk on my experience. What I've learned is you can't be super forgiving to a narcissist. You have to put up boundaries. You have to recognize red flags. You have to not, if you're an empath, if you're empathetic, they can use that to their advantage to enable them to continue doing what they're doing to you. And so you kind of have to set boundaries, get away from them, put distance between you, because otherwise they'll manipulate you. And I have done a little bit of research in narcissistic relationships, how they kind of play out. And it seems that the narcissist is always kind of manipulating the other person into staying with them. The other person, there's a lot of different situations. They can get really severe to the point where people are being gaslit into thinking that they're insane. I know somebody who went through this. I don't know her whole story, but I know that her partner convinced her to absolutely ruin her business, run away with all the money without paying any of the employees, just run away from this business. All the employees were just left with no job, no money, no paycheck. And this guy was freaking gaslighting her into doing all this crazy stuff. And she was actually, I don't want to get into specifics because I don't know. She was, this scenario was in the news, so it was very public, but I still don't want to name names. But it gets crazy, you guys. Super crazy. So you got to recognize red flags and you got to get out of there. All right, depends on the nutrient. My body can't process raw fruits and vegetables. You know that from experience, or is that something a doctor told you? Do you mean it just doesn't digest properly? Because if that's the case, juices as a supplement, not going on a juice diet or juice cleanse or anything like that. I just mean juices on top of other foods may be very helpful for you. Xavier Charles. Yeah, I'm back on YouTube, I guess. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, and actually started before I made that YouTube video about Nick, and wow, there's a lot of things that I'm missing here. So yeah, I'm back, I hope. Ayla, I'm sorry to hear about that. Getting bullied sucks. I've been bullied, and I've had friends who had siblings who were bullying them, and it really screwed with their life. It's tragic and heartbreaking. Kellyanne Kennison, you have a question. Go ahead and ask it. Anybody, if they have a question, just go right on ahead. Maritza, I've tried talking to Nick. I didn't show in the video. I showed the emails, but I didn't show the thing that I did show the thing I sent before. But after I sent him, I believe, 2 emails since the Stephanie Sue thing, trying to talk to him, trying to encourage him to do shadow work, look at his traumas and recognize why he is the way he is, and try to kind of climb out of this hole that he's been digging for himself, and he did not reply to them. I even told him that if he does not reply to me and if he does not show that he's doing this work on his own channel, that I'm going to make my video. So I did warn him that I was going to make my video. I tried so many times to deal with this non-publicly, but he didn't want to do that. Brace Lever, sorry, I did not see her. I did see somebody that said they were going to mod. I guess that was you. I kind of did ignore it. I did not mean it. Apologize for that. I was kind of having a moment trying to get Instagram all figured out. Yeah, Sadell, I'm well aware of the videos that Nick made about veganism and about raw foods. For those who did not see his videos prior to that, he talks about how much he loves veganism and loves raw foods. And he did all the same things that not all, but a lot of the ex-vegans do. They absolutely bash veganism after it was something that was amazing for them for so long. They loved it. It meant so much to them. And then they go and totally do a 180 and just bash it into the ground, not taking any personal responsibility for their diet or their obvious eating disorders or their other body dysmorphia or whatever. Just projecting all the responsibility onto veganism. It's a cult. It's not new. It's unhealthy. It's a mental disorder. Tom Wolfe. Okay, documentary project. Sorry, I forgot to talk about that earlier. Okay, so you are the person. Okay. So I have a documentary that I'm working on. It's called Sweet. It is about fruit. It is a pro-fruit video. It is not going to be about anti-cooked foods. It's not a raw vegan video. It is a video about fruit, and it's going to be sweet. Anna, my wife, and I have been traveling for the last year. Remember on my video when the bunny's going crazy on the couch? He's doing it again. It's too dark over there for you guys to see, though. I think maybe you can. Documentary, we have been going all around the world. We got an investor. Oh, you can see the bunny. Hey, Tiny. Hey, cutie boy. You are super adorable. Okay. We have 3 bunnies. They're all kind of rescued. One of them is very much rescued from a very, very terrible place. But let's talk about the documentary. Anna and I have been traveling all around the world, interviewing people for the last year, almost a year and a half. And it has been really cool and also really stressful and a huge learning experience. I've got like 20 terabytes of footage. It is insane. But we have an investor who made this project possible, which the video I mentioned in the video about Nick, Utopia or Oblivion, that video is what made me want to make this documentary. And I started a GoFundMe. It got like $1,000, which was not enough to do the documentary. So it was kind of on hold until this person came to me and was like, yo, I have like a lot of money that I want to put into this awesome documentary, so let's do it. I have anxiety too. Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel like my voice is different just because I'm anxious. I'm not breathing enough. Yeah, Maritza, I don't want to involve myself in hurting Nick. I don't even think that the lawsuit is real. Can anybody confirm that it's real? Kombucha, I drink a lot of it. I don't think it's necessarily super healthy. It is very acidic. It apparently, because it is a fermented food, it can cause candida issues. But I drink it all the time. I don't think I have candida. I drink it like once a week at least. When I'm in the US, I drink like the GT bottles that are like 1.5 liters or whatever. Like I'll have like one a day. I'll drink it like water. It's probably not good for me, but I enjoy it. Yeah, okay. So they're speaking to their lawyer. That is not necessarily the same thing as suing somebody, but it's interesting. Okay, I am super way behind. I'm going to try to speed up. Nikki, good to see you. Narcissists, major gaslighting. I think some narcissists are gaslighters. Gaslighting, actually, maybe they all are. Let's have this conversation. Gaslighting is basically where somebody tries to convince the other person that they're crazy in order to manipulate them. And like how is there, where's the line there between gaslighting and just regular manipulation? Because you could argue that manipulating somebody is a way, no matter what, you're kind of trying to convince them that their intuition or their regular mindset, their thoughts are not right. So that's kind of a way of saying, no, that you're crazy. So are all narcissists gaslighters? Is all manipulation gaslighting? Maybe so. I don't know who Eugenia Cooney is. Sounds familiar. Why would Nick hurt everyone? Well, I imagine the answer is trauma. I don't believe in evil. I think people do bad things because bad things happen to them, and it kind of hurts, it breaks their brain a little bit, and it makes them a little cray-cray. I know that this is like a psychological theory that is basically proven. I think it's fact, but I'm going to speak from my experience. When I look at things that I have wrong with me, when I look at my behavior, I can go, if I really focus on it and think about it, I can trace it back and say, why would I do that? Okay, well, when I was a kid, what would have created that behavior? Oh, okay, so my parents were like this happened to me, and from then on, I used this behavioral pattern as a defense mechanism to make sure that that never happens to me again. That's one way of looking at it. They're usually defense mechanisms to make sure that people don't hurt them. So perhaps in Nick's case, it is people are saying he's adopted, so that could cause sort of separation anxiety, which means that you always need attention, right? Sadell, that is, yes, good explanation of narcissism. Sometimes people... Yes, boundaries. I think the world is starting to have these conversations en masse with the Me Too movement coming up. I think people are starting to realize how crazy this world is. Did you guys see that? That was a very non-vegan thing for me to do. Tried to kill a mosquito. I am not vegan when it comes to bloodsuckers. That's my defense mechanism. Sorry, 1 second. Back. Some people, okay, so let's talk about boundaries. There's a few things people need to know. I think everybody knows the term red flag, but I don't think everybody's comfortable. I think a lot of people have a lot to learn about boundaries, myself included. Setting boundaries when people are being hurtful, know when to walk away, know when to speak up, feel comfortable with speaking up. If somebody's hurting you, you either speak up about it. If it's somebody you want to stay with, if it's something you feel like, if it's someone you feel can be helped and wants to be helped, and somebody you love and somebody you want to be around, then you got to put up boundaries. Boundaries can be used for all sorts of things. Boundaries could be a safe word during sex, even. Boundaries can be a time of day when you need a little bit of alone time. I'm setting a boundary here. I don't want any kind of distraction. Please just leave me alone. Boundaries can be when you're getting in a relationship. Do we want to be in an open relationship? There's a lot of things boundaries can be. And I think people need to, it comes with becoming more confident. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't realize they need to set boundaries until it's too late, until they've been hurt. And a lot of people, I don't think, have ever set a boundary in their life, unfortunately. I did hear about that pea farm. Was that peony? Is that pony farm? I did hear about that. I don't think I saw that. No, I did not see that video. How long do I intend to stay in Brazil? I don't know. I moved here about 5 years ago. It's where I live with my wife. I don't intend on leaving, but there are other countries where we would like to potentially live. But we go to the US multiple times a year, at least once for the Woodstock Fruit Festival. And we do try to travel when we can. Good question, fruits and veggies. Let's talk about that. Why are a lot of the vegan or raw vegan community starting to switch to the carnivore diet? Well, I think the raw vegan and vegan community, I think the raw vegan diet, okay, let's change that. Let's talk about plant-based and raw plant-based, because calling these people vegans, most of them never spoke up for the animals. I'm sure most of them never changed their lifestyles in a way that actually stopped them from buying products that were tested on animals, for example. I think most of the people in the vegan community, most people eating plants are doing it for health. Maybe they're doing it for the environment. Maybe they're doing it to get abs. Maybe they're doing it for clear skin. Maybe they have health issues and this is what they're trying to do to help themselves. I'm not judging anybody. But don't call yourself vegan if you never cared about the animals, right? Animal liberation. So why are they switching to the carnivore diet? Well, I think a lot of people who start eating raw. So let's talk about the fact that a lot of the ex-vegans were once raw vegans. I think a lot of raw vegans have eating disorders. I think raw veganism tends to attract people with extreme mentalities. They want to try the best. They want to be the best. They want to eat the best. They want to, So, and there's a saying that somebody said, who actually I think is somebody who was vegan and then left. I can't say for sure, but when people disappear from the community, I kind of just assume that they left the diet. Maybe not an accurate statement or assumption, but there was something somebody said, which I thought was really cool. They said, ego will ride in on the shirt tails of growth if left unchecked. And what that means is, if you become a better person, I think a lot of people use becoming a better person or bettering themselves as an ego boost. They say, oh, I bettered myself, so I'm up here and you're still down here. So, basically what I'm trying to say is I think there's a lot of mental health issues in the plant-based raw community. I know because I've felt them myself. I have an ego as well. I know what it's like to think these stupid things. And, I used to be one of these people who saw somebody returning to cook food and was like, oh, that's a mistake, right? And now, I think I never feel my best on cooked food. I want to say this, but it's important to never shame yourself or never feel bad because you ate cooked food. Never stress yourself out because you ate something that is maybe suboptimal or something like that out of emotions, or, you were super hungry and it was the only thing around or whatever. I think a lot of people just stress themselves out and it becomes an eating disorder. And then when they leave and start going to carnivore, which is this carnivore. So this is a funny thing. So when they leave veganism, they go from one extreme, raw veganism, to the other extreme, carnivorism. And then what they usually do is say, over here is where all the responsibility stays. None of that messing with my diet. It wasn't my fault. It was all veganism. It was all the plants, the fruits and vegetables. They ganged up on me and beat my body to shreds, right? So I think the carnivore diet is honestly it's a creation of mental health issues within people in the raw vegan and plant-based diets. That's what I think it is mostly. Let's see, is there anything else to be said there? I think I said a lot of it. If you guys have more questions, I'll get to them. There's a lot of questions that I should be getting to. What's the difference between a fruitarian and a vegan? Well, a vegan is somebody who lives a lifestyle that does not contribute to the suffering of animals. They can eat potato chips all day. They can eat vegan burgers all day. They can eat vegan hot dogs. They can eat vegan chicken nuggets. They can eat whatever they want, as long as it's not making an animal suffer. They can, there's other things that's not food related. Veganism is a moral stance against animal cruelty. So you don't go to rodeos, you don't go to zoos, you don't give your money to anything that hurts an animal. You don't, there was another thing there that it's like a rodeo and a zoo, but I can't remember. Basically, you just don't exploit animals. You don't buy products that exploit animals, that test on animals. You don't wear animals. You don't drink animals, you don't eat animals. And a fruitarian, the real definition, I think a fruitarian should be this. Fruitarian deserves its own, just like veganism deserves to be ethical and not linked in with a plant-based diet. Think about this. Veganism is altruistic. You're trying to do everything you can for other beings. A plant-based diet can be purely selfish. So how are these becoming the same thing? They should really be differentiated, in my opinion. I'm not shaming anybody who calls themselves vegan, who really just eats a plant-based diet, but I think I made a pretty good argument there as to why they should be separate terms and understood as separate things. Fruitarian is somebody, and for the same reason, fruitarian deserves to be a specific thing. A lot of people say that because I eat a lot of fruit, by the way, I should have shown this a long time ago. It's gonna be my dinner tonight, plus maybe something else later. Because I eat a lot of fruit, I'm a fruitarian. But I think a fruitarian is somebody who eats only fruit. I am not a fruitarian. I am a fruit-based raw vegan. Fruit-based high raw vegan, because I eat some cooked food sometimes. That's the difference. I sent him an email, but he ate it. Fruitarian gas a diet. Fruitarian gas a diet of all or primarily? I'm having a hard time understanding that, but I think you're trying to tell people what fruitarianism is pretty accurate. But I would say a fruitarian is somebody who eats only fruit. There are very few of those in the world, pure fruitarians, but they are all very super nice, sweet people. It's pretty cool. I hope he hasn't been seduced by the YouTube money and he gets well. Oh, he has been seduced. That is long gone. But I do hope he gets well. Yeah, while I was making that video. So while I was making that video, I recorded just off the top of my head. That's why there was a few mistakes in there that I had to write text and like kind of make clear that it wasn't exactly 100% true, or I had to add some information to it because I was purely going off memory. So like, for example, I said it was 10 minutes later, but it was really 17 minutes later. One thing I forgot was, why am I saying this? Somebody said something that wanted me to say it. Yeah, one thing I forgot was like, so anyway, so I forgot a bunch of things. And so just to make sure that I had the right numbers, just because, like I said, Nick will use anything that you say, any slip up you do to get in there and friggin' destroy you. So I wanted to make sure everything was solid. And so I went through our old videos that I had. I went through our old conversations. And it made me really sad. That's why I was like, dude, do I really want to make this video? He was a nice kid. He had, he was at one point, he was speaking up for the animals and saying a lot of cool things. He really appreciated my Utopia or Oblivion video. It made him cry. He cared, there was a point where he cared. He felt things about things and he didn't want to hurt things as much as he didn't care now, now he's apathetic. And, but no matter how messed up your mental health is, if you're hurting other people, people need to be warned about you. And like I said, I tried many, many times. I tried to talk to him in private. He did not, he blocked me, and then he did not respond to my emails. Tried to contact him on Instagram too. One sec. Apologize, I'm probably not the best at this YouTube live thing. Okay. Oh man, I'm way behind. Okay. I am way behind. Okay, here we are. Is it dangerous to live in Brazil? What do you like about that country and what you don't? It is not dangerous to live in Brazil. If you're if you look like a tourist and you got a big camera and you're like, oh, scared looking around, you know, some predator might see you and be like, oh, I am jacking that guy. But if you're a normal person and you walk like a normal person, you're just like, yo, I'm here. As long as I don't talk to you, you don't know I don't live here. Anyways, that wasn't a good explanation. It's not dangerous to live here. There are dangerous areas, but even in the dangerous areas, people aren't getting killed and stolen from constantly. I have heard horror stories. I do know a story that happened to my friend. It can be dangerous. Every country can be dangerous to live in. I did my first time I came here, I went on a trip with Anna to Rio, and I heard that Rio is like the worst place for theft and crime against tourists. So I did a little experiment. We went on a walk to, outside of the touristy area, and I put I had a map like a big map of the area. I crumpled it up and put it so it was looked like a wallet and put it in my back pocket. It was gone 10 minutes later and I had no idea. And there was nobody around. I swear in those 10 minutes, we saw 4 people, maybe a couple people walked by us. Pretty crazy. So Rio, yes, there are some dangerous areas you might get jacked. But if you stay in the touristy areas and you don't look like a scared tourist, you have confidence and you carry yourself with confidence, you're probably going to be fine. Kellyanne, a fruitarian, only eats fruit. A vegan eats all plants. Okay, yeah, she's answering that question. My brother's going vegan, so I'm curious if there's a difference. LOL, his girlfriend is vegan and doing it to support her and her lifestyle since it's getting serious. Congratulations to them and for going vegan. I was in an abusive relationship. Okay, let's get serious, you guys. I was in an abusive relationship with a narcissist for 10 years. My best advice is creating a strong support system away from the narcissist. Low self-esteem is like beacon for these people. They feed off of it. Good point. I'm sorry that happened to you, but yes, this is why I fear for Orlin. They say on their videos they have no friends. And the only friend that they have at this point is Carrie, who's Nick's biggest fan. And so I don't think she's going to be the biggest support system for Orlin. So I worry for Orlin for not having a support system. I did see a video that Nick just made that said that Orlin is basically throwing in the towel, and I'm proud of him if he really is. I hope he is happy. That's all. Low self-esteem, yeah. You got to be confident. You got to speak up. You got to run away. You got to do what you got to do. Before I go on, actually, I'll talk about that later. I'll just answer these questions. I want to get through everybody's questions. No reason to be sorry, Kellyanne. You're just asking a question. All good. Do you know anything about kombucha drinks? Somebody already asked that. Kombucha, yes, is a fermented tea that is made with a SCOBY, and that stands for Symbiotic Colony of Bacteria and Yeast. It is a symbiotic drink. Pretty dope, right? Basically, the bacteria and yeast form a single organism that eats sugars and even caffeine, and it poops out little probiotics, and it's good for you in some ways. In some ways, it may not be the best. If you've got candida, it's probably not very good for you. If if you don't want a super acidic system, it can cause acidosis, I hear, but I can't confirm that. I drink a lot of it and I enjoy it. It's like my raw vegan soda pop. It's an acquired taste though. My favorite is watermelon GT, but I like it all. I'll drink any of it. Race liver. You really want to be mod. A little bit too much. I don't know, man. So I can make amends with you. I don't know. You're acting a little weird, Bretta. Sorry to be rude, but it's the truth. Comment here if everybody thinks I need another mod. If everybody thinks I need another mod, then maybe you know what you're talking about, and maybe I'll make you another mod. But I don't think I really need another mod. I don't even know if I need one. Okay, so was I honestly, maybe you're a really nice guy. I'm sorry, I called you weird. Maybe you're a really nice guy, but I am a little bit, I'm on edge here. You know, I'm kind of not expecting, but I wouldn't be surprised if Nick showed up, you know, or if somebody, a supporter of Nick showed up, you know. So if there's any little red flags, which you showed one, you're not being mod. No power for you. I don't even know what a mod does. Maybe you don't really have any power, but it sounds like it. Yes, Maritza, I am also disheartened by the fact that a lot of people have left veganism, or plant-based diets rather. But I still got hundreds of awesome friends there that are caring about the animals and themselves. So trying to be grateful and positive and know that everybody's on their own journey. I just am sad that that journey has to include hurting animals. Was only 5 years and had your now husband and family pull you out of it? Kellyanne, I think you may have sent me a message about a comment about this. Sounded pretty rough, but I'm glad you're out of it. Congratulations. Feel free to post anything you want about that situation so we can talk about it, because the original intention for this video was to talk about stuff like that. Talk about how to deal with narcissists. The bunny is so cute. Bunny's adorable. So we got 3 bunnies. Zuzu, which was the one that was rescued from the very, very terrible place. Tiny, which is the one that everybody has seen on the couch. And Nico, the newest of the additions. He's all white. He's like classic bunny, all white, like red eyes. Super cute, super energetic, and maybe soon I'll post a video of them all. The bunny wants some footage. She deserves it. It's true. I don't know if I can I take my, all right, we're doing this. Bunny is important. Oh, what is this? I'm all connected to hard drives and stuff. I'm a mess over here. Okay, I'm going away from the light. Okay, let's see this little buddy first. This is our newest addition to the household. His name's Miles. We picked him up at the fruit and vegetable distribution center. Miles! We're still getting him a legit bed for him to sleep on. Miles, don't ignore me. Yeah. Look at the camera. His breath is really bad. We gotta do something about that. Oh, he just is adorable. Okay. Here comes Tiny Boy. Hey, buddy. Who's a cutie? I'm laying on the floor. Please excuse our... Yeah, I think that means he's hungry. You're a rock star. Okay. Let's go back to answering questions after I feed the buns. Okay. I am doing... Kirby Salas. Hey, I am doing great. Good to see you here. Long time no speak. Let's change that. Let's talk. Okay. Feeding the buns. These buns are spoiled. Our whole garden is just dedicated to them. I'll show the rest of the buns another time. Unfortunately, due to a few factors, we had to separate. Zuzu and Tiny were together, and they got along okay, but then Zuzu hurt his leg, and Tiny was just chasing him around constantly, and he was just obviously in pain. So we kind of, oh my God, almost dropped the computer. We had to separate them, and then we got a new bunny rescued. Oh my gosh. This is Zuzu. Zuzi, he's very antisocial. He is traumatized. He came from a very, 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 very terrible place. I don't even want to talk about it. Okay. Good night, Zuzi. So we had to separate them, and now Zuzi's pretty much all better, but then we tried to bring them back together, and now they fight like crazy, and it sucks. I think Tiny kind of got super used to just having bunnies are very territorial, and none of our bunnies are castrated because we don't really like the idea of chopping animals' nuts off without their consent. So they're very territorial, and Tiny got used to having the large area, and he doesn't seem to want to share it anymore. And Nico is a force of his own. Yeah. Okay. Where are we at? Bunnies, bunnies, bunnies. What to do with B12 deficiency? Supplement, man. You gotta take supplements. If you're deficient, you do not want to be. You can lose your feeling. You can get all sorts of issues. You can die. I'm glad you asked that question, though, because I have a pretty interesting story about B12. As a raw vegan and as a gardener and landscaper, I eat probably more B12 than the average person. I'm always in the garden. You can breathe B12 just from being in the soil a lot. You can have it absorb into your skin even. So you can get B12 that way. And just eating a lot of fruits and vegetables. I was going to eat these, but it's too hard I can't even keep up with the comments here. So I didn't supplement B12 for the first 10 years as a raw vegan, which might be stupid. I do not recommend that. I never felt like I needed to supplement. I know people who raw vegans who have never supplemented. Aris Latam has never supplemented, and he's like one of the longest raw vegans on the planet. I think he's like 40 years or something like that. He says he's never supplemented. His mind looks fine. He's looks healthy. I don't know if I actually ever did need to supplement, but I took a blood test, my first blood test ever, 10 years into being vegan, and it was low. It wasn't deficient. I didn't have any negative symptoms, and there's a lot of things like blood tests don't actually show accurate levels of B12 because B12 isn't stored in the blood; it's stored in the tissues. So you have to do a tissue test to get like an accurate thing. So maybe I never needed B12, but after 10 years, I started loosely supplementing with B12 just to be safe. So I recommend supplementing with B12. There's a YouTuber has a bunny. Yes. I think we already did that, fruits and veggies. I think you're probably just asking again because I haven't answered that question because I'm real slow at answering questions. Where have we traveled to? I guess for the documentary you're saying. We have been all around the US. We have been to Mexico. We have been to Spain, Australia, Malaysia, Hawaii, the Canary Islands, the UK. We are going to go some places in Brazil, Panama, Costa Rica, and then back all around the US. I feel like I'm missing somewhere, but that's pretty much about it. So happy you were able to get out. Has affected your current relationship? Good question, Sublime Lizzie. I think a lot of people put up walls. This question isn't for me, so maybe I shouldn't even answer it, but yeah, she talks about it later, so I'll just let her talk herself. I'm doing great, thank you. Appreciate it. Still a little nervous, but getting the hang of it. Hushbang Ken. I think they did a video on it, or am I wrong, Hushbang? Hi, Hushbang, by the way. Thanks for your help. Pretty sure it was just a cease and desist. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But I'm not sure that that's even real, right? Spawn Lizzie, not in a bad way, kind of. Okay. I'm going to let you guys talk about it. Why is a lot of vegan? Yep, okay, we already did that. Hushbang, I thought I saw a video you did on Zach and Stephanie suing Nick. I have receipts on it. I cannot remember. Sounds great. Oh, Hushbang, I have not watched your video yet. I got distracted. I'm going to check it out later. Tom, I got back to you. I sent you a message. I don't know if you saw it, but I did reply to you. Said, let's talk. What up, Extra? I'm glad Sublime and Kellyanne, you guys are here. I appreciate you very much telling your stories, being vulnerable, and letting people know that being in relationships with narcissists is not fun, and it's a very serious issue, and it's very important. I think it's more common than we realize, so I think it's important for everybody to be educated and informed with how to deal with a narcissist. Boundaries are important. Man, Kellyanne, your freaking comment just reminded me of something terrible. So yeah, having custody with a narcissist, with somebody who's hurt you in the past, and not being able to fully get away must be very difficult. And it reminded me of something that's really sad and dark that I don't even know if I want to get into, because it just sucks, man. There's so much crazy stuff in this world. Let's not get into it today. Thank you for reminding everybody to like this live stream. Chrislyn, hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Please give it a thumbs up. It helps. Do you speak Spanish? Sure. No, man, my Spanish is messed up because my Portuguese just like took that space in my brain. So, yo hablo español, mas I can't even speak. Everything is Portuguese in my brain. Eu falo português muito mais facilmente. I lived in Uruguay for some time, for about a year, and I picked up some Portuguese, some Spanish, but it's all gone now. I should admit, in Uruguay, I picked up very little Spanish. I should have been fluent after a year in Uruguay, but I was living in an isolated area with somebody who speaks English, people who speak English. So I just didn't learn didn't learn Spanish very well. And it's the same thing here in freaking Brazil. I just hang out with my wife and we speak English all day, and my Portuguese is not freaking awesome. It sucks. I can have a conversation, I can talk, but it's not great. Kellyanne has a huge support system, and we are all happy for her. Do I speak Spanish? Yes, a little bit. Okay, everyone, I need to go, but I'm so happy I was able to chat, listen. Sublime Lizzie, thank you very much for stopping by and telling your story. We all appreciate you. Have a great night. Michelle, am I still vegan? I understand if you don't want to respond. Vegan as fuck. Vegan for life. What that means is, kids, if this kills me, if my health starts deteriorating, parentheses, it hasn't for 13 years, I feel great and I'm doing great. But if it does, if I start dying, if my teeth start falling out and my skin turns gray and everything I just start rotting, I'm still gonna be vegan, because this ain't for me. This is for the animals. This is for the innocent beings of this earth who do not have a choice whether we eat them or not. So this ain't about me. This is not for abs or clear skin or weight loss. This is not selfish. This is selfless. That's what veganism is. So yes, vegan for life. Thank you for asking. Ayla's back. Thank you, Ayla. Oh, that's why we needed a moderator, because Ayla left. Sorry, dude. Sharon Young. What are you doing, Sharon Young? I didn't get to read these emails. I'm going to review it. People have been eating animals for years. We need to eat animals. It's the food chain. Okay, let's talk about this. This is going to be fun. Michelle, we did not talk about my veganism so much, but I appreciate you asking, because I like talking about that. Okay, Sharon Young. We need to eat animals. It's the food chain. Sorry, Ayla, you did a great job. Maybe I should just follow Ayla's lead and not give these people any attention. I just kind of feel like, okay, this is what I'll do. If anybody feels what Sharon is feeling and thinks we need to eat animals, and people have been eating animals for years. Sorry, but it's the circle of life. Then go watch a vegan documentary. Go watch Earthlings. Go watch Dominion. Go look at an animal in its eyes and ask yourself, do I need to eat this little guy? The answer is no, you don't. No matter how long, tradition, I'll say this, tradition is not an excuse for animal abuse. That's a good one. I just came up with that right there. No, we don't need to eat animals. Thank you, Carmen. Keeping it real. You're welcome, Fruits and Veggies. Thanks for asking questions. Oh my God. Race went crazy. Oh man. Okay. All right. Cool. I considered myself on a plant-based diet. It really is healthier than vegan. Okay, Susie Q. Is it healthy for your mental health to eat little babies? Is it healthy for your mental health to think you're entitled to eat other people's eggs and skin and muscles and milk? Is that healthy for your mental health? I don't think so. I think these people who have switched are going where the money is. Yes, I agree. I think that's ultimately why Nikocado left veganism, was because he realized that there ain't a lot of money in vegan mukbangs. I felt having an ego from animal rescue, and it's something I don't like within myself. Yes. Yeah, you can get ego from anything, man. You can get ego from doing good things. You can say, I just saved that man's life. I'm a god. I actually do believe we're all gods. Let's use another example. Her example. She saved animals' lives. That is an amazing thing to do. She rescued animals that are being abused and are probably going to be murdered. Doing something good, the ego can ride in on the shirt tails of growth. So even doing something good can boost your ego. And that is something you got to keep in check. Veganism is ethical, plant-based is a dietary choice. That is a correct statement. Those mangoes, yeah, dude. Let's just give it up for these mangoes. You ever seen a mango so beautiful? That is not even the most beautiful one. You ever seen a mango? All right, we got to open one of these bad boys. Okay, come on. Like this video if I should start doing raw vegan mukbangs. It's funny, I very much disliked mukbangs. I wanted to like come out and be like, yo, mukbangers are crazy, they're stupid, they're bad influences, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to come out and say all these things because it's how I feel about all these American mukbangers. They're just eating massive amounts of fried dead animals. But instead, I think it's more powerful to show the alternative. You can do a mukbang. Just eat some fruit, man. If anybody wants to learn more about me, I have a video that is actually a mukbang where I'm eating watermelon. It's my only mukbang. And I don't do much eating. It's a terrible mukbang. But I tell about my life. I explain why when I went up to Nikocado, I was so nervous, why I was antisocial. Not antisocial. Antisocial is like basically sociopathic. A lot of people say I'm antisocial, but a lot of people use the term antisocial and they just mean like I'm an introvert. But antisocial literally like is connected to being a sociopath. So you should not have shirts that say antisocial club or whatever, you know, because basically it means you're in the sociopath club. So basically, if you want to watch a video about why I was awkward and didn't like talking, there's a video called, I don't know, if you go to my thing and look mukbang or about me, I think it's, if you look up mukbang, I think that has mukbang in the title, so you'll find it. It's all about me and my life. True about differences. I am plant-based. I would never wear fur animal products. That's good. Yes, that's good. I appreciate that. I appreciate when people use even if they're still exploiting animals in certain ways, I appreciate it when you use the term plant-based correctly and use the term vegan correctly. High five. I also love mangoes. Look at this. Wait. This is a Palmer mango. It's like butter. I'm sacrificing squirting mango juice all over my computer just for this shot. It is amazing. Doesn't get stuck in your teeth. Basically melts in your mouth. I was going to try to show you how dirty my computer is now, but I can't. I need a cloth. Okay. Raw is different to fruitarian as raw includes veggies and nuts and seeds and leafy greens and seaweeds if you want it to. Raw actually doesn't mean anything. Raw can be meat if you wanted it to. Raw. There's people on raw meat diets. Okay. Sushi. Sushi's raw. Sashimi. Okay. I digress. I have to be careful about fruit, even with a plant-based diet, because of the natural sugar. Suzy Q, I'm worried about you. I think you're believing all the nonsense. You're believing that you need animal products, and you're believing that fruit sugar is bad for you. It's just not true. You send me a message later and we'll talk about it, but I'm gonna keep going and answer some questions. Actually, it's an important thing. How fruit makes you fat, right? Sugar makes you fat. Sugar gives you diabetes, right? You can't eat too much sugar. Well, I'm a sugaraholic. There's a difference between, and I don't have diabetes. I'm healthy AF, all right? So there's a difference between this and white refined sugar, believe it or not. I know they look exactly the same. You can't even tell them apart, white refined sugar and this right here. But the difference between the two makes a large difference. I'll say that much. Looked into Woodstock issue. Thank you for opening up about your experience with him. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I'm glad you looked into it. Don't just believe my word. There's a lot of evidence. I could have photoshopped all those things. I could be messing with all of you guys. So you gotta look into the evidence. I could have taken weeks to make that video and just photoshopped everything, right? I could have fooled you guys. You don't know. There's so much fake news out there. You gotta do your research. So I appreciate you, Michelle, for doing your research. And I appreciate that you're sorry that it happened to me, but it's all good. I'm a better person because of it. I hope you share the comments on the Facebook group about the festival. Facebook group about festival? Facebook group about, I'm not understanding. Facebook. I don't get that at all. Do you want share the comments on the Facebook group about the festival? Don't know what you're talking about. Do you think Okay. WoodstockFruitFestival.com if you want to know about the festival. Share the comments on the Facebook group about. Oh, are you talking about the thing from my video? I do believe I linked to in my last video, the big one that got like 25,000 views. I linked in the description a link to the document, the comments that was on Facebook, if that's what you're talking about. Do you think you know who will end or stop the BS? I think in my heart he will stop the BS. I do. Everybody who says things about narcissists, well, I don't necessarily think he'll stop all the BS, but I think he's gonna go on a nice fruit and vegetable diet and get his mental health back as much as he can. I think I think Orlin might be the catalyst of all that. And by that, I mean leaving him. I think Orlin might leave him if what Nick is saying is true. And that will cause Nick to reassess his life. And he will return back to eating fruits and vegetables. He will lose his weight again and get his mental health back. And hopefully he's apparently going to therapy. So I think slowly but surely, honestly, I think his thing that he needs the most is YouTube. He needs that sort of, he's just like I'm addicted to my social media. I think he's addicted to his social media. And so I think because people are just going to get tired of what he is doing now, I think he's going to change up. He already knows what he needs to do. He's already done it. He's already been on a healthy diet. He's already seen the light. Just needs to freaking get a big kick in the nuts by reality, have his aha moment, and hopefully recognize what he's done, apologize to people, and go back to living with integrity. I don't want to talk about Nick anymore. Is that okay? Do you think you know who? Okay. Do you think you were explaining the difference? I never knew about that. You were so welcome. I'm doing great. Thanks, Ayla. You're doing great too. I doubt it will end, especially with Nick. I don't know what that was referring to. Ever end. It'll end. The letter he made was fake because no lawyer would say what he said in the deleted video. Yeah, if he deleted it, I'm sure it's fake. That's a pattern of his. Things he deletes. You block someone from the conversation because you don't like their opinion. This is a positive place, and if you're going to be saying that we need to eat dead animal bodies of innocent beings, you're gonna get blocked. I support your blocking comments of that, Ayla. I don't like blocking things or censoring people, honestly, but I respect what you're doing. I saw a video about that this morning. I was laughing, going, I really hope people see through this. I don't believe it. Yeah, I don't believe anything he does at the moment. Oh, Sharon, by the way, I didn't block your comments. It was the moderator. I'm not dealing with any of that. Sounds like the wifey's coming. She doesn't know I'm making a video, so I don't want to put her on the spot, but it's pretty dark back there, so this might end soon, just so I can have some time with the wife, and I should go. The dog's already been walked twice today, so he doesn't need it, but I should probably go do it again. Hey babe, I'm doing a live video just to make you aware.
Sorry, Miles, come here.
It's all good. I'm not making. Okay, it was absolutely. Kellyanne, yeah, I was like very nervous at the beginning of this. I think you could do it. Just take some time getting used to it. Susie Q, run, Orlin, run. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Get out of there, honestly. I look sickly and ill. Do I look sickly and ill, everybody? I don't think I do. I am not eating enough, and I am not sleeping enough. If you look at the difference between the video I made last week and the video I made a few days ago, you can see I had like dark bags under my eyes in the first video. I just was not sleeping enough, and I'm kind of getting them back again because I'm not sleeping enough again. But Sharon, that's not because of my diet or anything. That's because I'm not sleeping enough, and I'm not eating enough either, and I'm not exercising, and I'm not getting enough sun. There's a lot of things I'm not doing enough of right now, but I don't think I look sickly and ill. I could look better. You'll see. Who's a Nick Stan nowadays? Rest in peace. I don't know what that means. Michelle, all right. I don't understand why he thinks it's all about him. That's what a narcissist does. If you're talking about Nick. Orlin deserves better. Save Orlin. Yeah. Orlin, if you're watching this, run. LOL, mukbang, Onision. Don't talk about Onision. That guy gives me the freaking creeps. Wow, this is an hour and 32-minute long mukbang. That's cray-cray. I mean, not mukbang, live video, but it is a mukbang, see? Free Orlin, neither look happy these days, yeah. Money doesn't make you happy. I am happy that I just learned that Orlin has a job and it's landscaping, so I'm happy he's doing what he loves. Honestly, I thought he was like sitting in a... I was not, like I said in the video, not surprised to hear something like he's shackled to the basement. So I'm happy he's out and doing what he loves. The dude gets high all day. Okay. Have you ever gotten over your social anxiety? Any advice for people who have a hard time talking to others? Yeah. No, I still have a really hard time talking to others sometimes. Still have social anxieties. Still have a hard time meeting people and looking them in the eyes and smiling and having a good time. Like, oh, nice to meet you. Hey, hi. I'm like, hey, and like it sucks, but so I should probably not be the one giving advice, but I am definitely a lot better now. And honestly, I think YouTube helped me with that a little bit, just kind of being able to express myself a lot and kind of, I don't know if I believe in this, but opening the throat chakra, as people would say. I don't know if that's a real thing, but when you sit and express yourself a lot, when you use your voice and when you haven't done it for a while, it can feel freeing and it can be, it can feel like it's not that hard and not that bad and oh, I can do this. So it gives you some confidence and you slowly get better, I think. It's your truth. Sharon Young. I don't know what you're talking about, Sharon Young. Hi, everybody. I'm participating from Brazil. What up, Lucinda? I don't know what to say. I'm happy I'm happy this is an international chat. Where's everybody from? We don't need any mods. Yeah, maybe we don't need any mods. I don't think we need any mods. Acting weird, dude, asking if someone who wants a mod and then say okay, then somehow I'm weird. This fucking guy. Yeah, that was not very That wasn't the best thing that I've ever done in my life. But judging by some of your earlier comments and judging by your reaction, let me just read it because it's been blocked. Acting weird. Dude asked if someone wants to mod, then I say okay, then somehow I'm weird. This fucking guy. No, that's not why I said you're weird. You said some other shit after that. I don't remember what it was, but you can go read it and find out. And it says, I don't want to mod for you anymore. I just like your behavior and your bullshit. Yeah. Pretty sure I made the right call to not let you mod. Why are you so mean? He apologized and explained his reason. Chill. Thanks, Michelle. For real, man. Message deleted by Ayla. You are too much saying people don't care about animals because you are not vegan. Yeah, if you're eating dead babies, you don't like babies. You just don't care about them. You can't care about your mom and eat her. You know? It doesn't go hand in hand. What's up with people being so rude today? Jeez, I know, right? Have a short tolerance for people talking shit about me for trying to help them. Weird, right? LOL. Mind your business. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, race lever. I did. The first time was totally a mistake. I didn't mean to ignore you. I was busy. And then later you said something that was kind of weird. So I said it was kind of weird. Because the shit is ridiculous. All right, Sharon Young. I'm not even gonna. Ayla, you're doing a great job. I should just be ignoring these people. I should not be reading their things. See, here's my thing. I'm learning. I've been learning these things forever. This is about boundaries. This is a great lesson, you guys. Forever, I was like, no, I'm not blocking anybody. No, I'm not deleting anybody's comments. No, I'm not censoring anything. And now I block people because they're a damn waste of my time sometimes. And that's a boundary. Sometimes you got to do it. And I'm learning that my moderator, Ayla, she knows all about this. And I should see I'm trying to freaking. So I would think, I shouldn't censor people. I shouldn't block people because that's not the answer. The answer is having these hard conversations and working through them and helping people and planting seeds, even if people don't understand it, even if it's an argument that we have to end in a disagreement, then I planted a seed and I did the right thing. But sometimes it gets to the point where it's just a waste of your dang time. If people want to know about something, you don't have to argue about. There's this great meme. Oh man. It was like, I don't, just because you ask me a question and demand an answer doesn't mean I have to give it to you. I've known you for 10 seconds and have enjoyed none of those seconds. I don't owe you anything. So, yeah. So sometimes people are wasting time. You got to put up these boundaries. Oh my God, Miles is so cute. He'll end up sleeping with you and Anna. He is so cute. Man, I am so behind. So behind. How much greens do I eat? I eat quite a lot of greens. I eat a big ass salad almost every day. When I say big ass salad, I mean this bowl. Here's my head. Full of salad. I also eat in the salad like cucumbers and sometimes tomato and bell pepper and stuff, but it's usually just greens and like a sauce made out of tahini or some kind of nut-based or coconut-based sauce. Sometimes it has no nuts. Sometimes it's just like tomatoes and sun-dried tomatoes, like a marinara sauce. I'll get back into YouTube and show you guys how I do it. I was responding to someone. Okay. LOL, the bunny just let you know he's hungry, dude. That was a pretty epic moment, right? I think that was probably the highlight of this whole thing. I should just be hanging out with the animals. This would be way more interesting. Then maybe this lady wouldn't be talking about eating animals being okay. Then maybe she would understand why she can't say, you are too much saying people don't care about animals because you are not vegan. Then maybe she'd understand why she can't look a beautiful animal in the eyes and say, I'm going to eat you without being a total sociopath. Okay. Have you heard of the Christopher Brady case? I don't know who that is. YouTube actually sued a creator after having proof he made a fake alias and fake copyright strike the channel. Booyah. Well, if YouTube, hashtag YouTube, at YouTube, if you want to get on that, go for it. Shit's not okay. You can't take down people's creative work, their livelihood. I remember when that happened to me, it was such a terrible feeling. It's a terrible feeling. And if you get 3 strikes, you're out. If I had made 2 other mistakes and that was my 3rd strike and I was out, I could never be on YouTube again. That sucks. So yeah, I don't like suing people and I don't want to take Nick down and do all these things. But you can't be doing these things without repercussions. Have you heard of the Christopher Brady case? Thank you for letting me know about that. Let's make people feel guilty and horrible who's not vegan, okay? I think you already feel guilty and horrible, and you're just projecting all of that on me. Sharon Young. Don't the bunnies poop everywhere? Now they do, yeah. Freaking bunnies. They were potty trained forever, but then we went on a trip, and one of the house sitters just let them roam free where they shouldn't have been, and they totally stopped being potty trained, and that was a nightmare. Pam, if you're watching this, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about somebody else that came before you and totally messed everything up. But yeah, for the most part, they poop in their little litter boxes. Now that we've spread them out and like there's like a fence between one of them, there's actually a fence between, there's 2 fences between them. Now they go and poop right next to the fence to show their dominance. They're like, this is my side of the fence. And I'm telling you, see all that poo? That's my poo. That poo means it's mine. Poo on you, and you'll be mine. At this point, maybe it's best to just ignore Nick. Attention just feeds him. He probably loves it, and it's a negative distraction for you. Yes, that is absolutely 100% true. I got better things to do with my time. Dude, you look like someone out of a concentration camp. You're so friendly, Sharon Young. I bet everybody loves you. Is there a mod to block this person? If you don't agree, leave. Yeah. Get you B12 levels tested. That's right, Maritza. Y'all do that. Even if you eat animals, get your B12 levels tested. I think like 40 something % of even non-vegans are B12 deficient. Wily people can't express. Sharon, you are too much. You're talking about concentration camps. Thanks for the info on how to get your B12 levels tested. You're welcome. Who is the crazy one? Interesting about B12. All right, Sharon, I'm not even gonna read your messages anymore. I'm gonna keep them gone. Okay, okay, then say that instead of being rude. Yeah. Okay. Race lever. Actually, it sounds like she's coming back around. Let's read it. Eat some meat. It will help you with your anxiety if you're not getting the nutrients you need. Yeah, not everything has to do with a lack of vitamin meat. Not rude, truthful. Yeah, I should not have. Okay. Michelle, if you don't agree, get blocked. LOL, what the fuck is wrong with you? You snowflake, check yourself. All right, Race and Sharon, you guys are problematic. You guys are no fun at all. Where did you even come from? I wasn't talking. Okay. No, I'm going to read these. Now, if you're not vegan, you are a narcissist. I never said that. I think I said sociopath. So who were you calling me? Man? Okay. I'm over you guys, Sharon. It's 2 a.m. here. Can't sleep. Sorry you can't sleep. You know what's not going to help you sleep? Watching me, because I'm so exciting. It's 10:32 p.m. here, and I've got a light this big right in my face. I should take some melatonin, but I don't have it. I have a hard time falling asleep tonight, probably. I came here because I agreed with him about Nick, but this dude is super insane. I think everybody here agrees that I'm the insane one. Learning a new language when you're older isn't that easy. It's true. It's not that easy. But that's a pretty bad excuse because nothing's easy. Nothing that is worth doing is easy. But I appreciate your comment. It's nice. This is why you need 3 mods. All right, Race. You're coming around. I'm starting to like you again. Tradition is not an excuse for animal abuse. It isn't. It's not. That could be a shirt. It's taking me a long time to eat. Zuzi. Oh. Miles. Come hang out with me. Okay. So just so everybody knows, that rhyme, I didn't exactly come up with it. I just kind of said it on a whim. It's usually, there's no excuse for animal abuse. I didn't mean to rhyme when I said it, but I didn't come up with that rhyme. Tradition is not an excuse for animal abuse. It's a good one. I'll take it. It is difficult, but I keep receipts on everything he says to me, slowly building a case for the custody battle for my oldest since he doesn't want our youngest anymore, so my husband is adopting her. Sounds like a really nice guy. Doesn't want his child anymore. Like an expiration date went off or something? Is there a new child model out? His old model. Sorry, it's not nice for me to say, but you know what I mean. The guy's a douche. He's a horrible man, which is why I commented on the Nick video you did saying Nick reminds me so much of him, and kind of went into a little detail on what Orlin is probably going through. Yeah, I remember your comments and I appreciate them. Did you see Nick Garcado's latest video about Zach Troy's fake lawyer letter? Yeah. Some drama channels have saved it. You're awesome. Okay. This light is bright in my eyes and I feel like it's making my dark screen hard to read. Did you see Nick Garcado's latest video about Zach Troy fake lawyer letter? Really funny, but oh my god, going cray cray, lol. Then he deleted, but trauma channels have saved it. You're awesome. Keep up being you. I will. Thank you. Appreciate you. I have not seen the video. I heard it got deleted. I'm so sorry. I totally relate. Oh my god, I'm so jealous of those mangoes. You should be. They're amazing. Keta, you can't have a piece. I'm sorry. Do mukbangs and claim the mukbang king throne. Yeah, nothing is better than fruit. It isn't. Like Gordon Ramsay. You ain't got nothing on this, bruh. Kellyanne writes, my husband is the same way. He can't stand it. What can't he stand? I'm having a hard time connecting that dot, but I'll agree with you. Growing up until I was 22, my mom convinced me I was allergic to mangoes, even though they were my favorite fruit. Turns out I'm not allergic. That is the most sad story I've ever heard. If that was Nick, I would cry right now. That was mean. I just meant I want to fake a tear, but I can't because I'm not a good actor. Did I save that? It's the mukbangs where people are being loud and gross and chewing with their mouth open that drive me crazy. It's all freaking bad, man. I've seen some, like, mukbang is a Korean word, right? And it originated there. And it was just, mukbang just means eating show. It means where you eat and talk. And maybe not even talk. I think it actually originated, or maybe it just evolved into this. There was something about, like, the social atmosphere there was like people didn't really go out a lot or something, or like have a lot of, there wasn't as much social, like you go and hang out with your friends at the restaurant and have a time. So they would sit online and watch somebody eat, and they would eat together, and it was like a wholesome thing. But Americans, they ruined it. I want to make a joke, but I'm going to stay politically neutral. My mouth is watering. You need help. Sharon, man, so awesome. I love you. Your body uses natural sugar differently than if you were to sit down and eat 5 candy bars. That is the truth. I'm out. Thought I like you, but no. Sorry you don't like me, Sharon. I love you. Just saying, hey, hey, what's up? Just saying, what's up? That was weird. I was like reading. Anyway, it worked out. Decent hamburger. You're obviously a vegan hamburger, because ain't no non-vegan hamburger decent. Bro, hi. Hi, bro. Hola, just saying. Oh, not talking to me. I was like, what? This one's about Nick. This one's about Nick? Oh, what? No, I don't know what's going on. We're almost 2 hours in. There's 22 people wasting their lives watching me. Appreciate y'all. Nico loves the attention, and you're playing into his hands. Everybody is playing into his hands. He's been doing it for years, and the hate videos grow his channel. Don't agree. Dude, you're a narcissist calling people animal abusers who are not vegan. Sharon, I really need to read the name before I read the comment. I'm just going to stop reading your stuff, Sharon. All right, y'all. All right, so let's go back to this. Nick loves the attention. You're playing into his hands. Everybody is playing into his hands. So we're not playing into his hands. He may be using the attention to make money and blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. Him having money is not like making him more, this isn't a game. It's not, I'm not playing into his hands as if like, oh no, he's getting more points and he's going to win the game. It's not like that. I don't care how much money he has. I don't care about how much attention he has. He's destroying himself physically, mentally, socially. We're not playing into his hands. Dude, you're not, okay. Michelle, I'm done with you. All right, y'all. It was nice talking to you all. I hope everyone has a great day. Hope you have a great day and night. Michelle, thanks for stopping by. Spot on, Logan. Wednesday, he's just an average, mentally stable, low-key YouTuber. Then he discovered if he goes cray-cray, he can get on Tosh.0. You should just ignore him. I'm not going to mention him. Yeah, I do agree that I don't want to talk about him anymore. I've said everything I need to say. If he makes a video responding to what I say and tries to spin it, then I'll respond. But otherwise, I agree. I don't want to talk about him. So in that sense, Xavier and Logan, I agree with you guys. Congrats on your first live video. Went well and enjoyed. I'm new and just now learning about your channel. Like what I have seen. Thanks. A lot of helpful information. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate your input. You can come here and respectful, not be rude. Send my love to Anna. Anna?
Yeah?
Maritza sends her love.
Oh, send her my love too.
Maritza, she sends you her love too. He got on Toshman for being crazy and having haters, not for being nice and polite. The drama channels are building his career. I keep saying it. Here's the thing. Career. If his career is destroying his reputation, if his career is destroying his health and destroying his life, it's not a good thing. It's not like we're making his life better. Maybe it's enabling, it's perpetuating. No, because it's not our fault. This is the thing. It's fueling a fire of narcissism. That's what it is. It's giving him attention, which he craves. But this is also a really great learning experience, right? Are you glad that we're having these conversations that are very important, that we all need to have? If it weren't for him, maybe a lot of people wouldn't know what a narcissist is, and they wouldn't know how to see red flags, and maybe he is helping us all. How about that? He's helping everybody learn. It's all a learning experience. For all the energy it takes to spread negativity, you could easily have used to say something positive, or bottled it and not said anything at all. Yeah. Hello, he's answering questions. Sharon Young, you're probably Nick, honestly. It's probably Nick. Well, he's answering questions that everyone is asking and has a personal history to bring the situation to light. That's where I see it. I feel uncomfortable talking to people sometimes. I feel like I have nothing interesting to say. I'm eating this mango like a monkey. This is the most inefficient way to eat a mango. I feel that is the question, isn't it? Melina. Why is this lady so angry? I assume you're not talking about me. Melina, why is she so angry? I mean, Sharon, why are you so angry? Why are you so mad? I feel uncomfortable talking to people. Sometimes I feel like I have nothing interesting to say. That's the thing. Society has become such that we talk about nothing important. So it's easy to feel social pressure to not talk about important things, because otherwise you might be labeled as extreme or a conspiracy theorist, or you might trigger somebody and make them think about something they don't want to think about. They might not like you. There's a lot of societal pressures to be a certain way. But Maritza, I encourage you to say whatever you think is interesting, whatever sets your soul on fire, just talk about it. And I promise you, nobody will think you are boring for doing so. Sharon Young, and who are you? Okay, Ontario, Canada. Why is it okay to... Anna?
Yeah?
Do you want me to get off?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm trying to see if she needs to talk to me about anything. Okay. Why is it okay to kill a tree for a bowl? Linda Mon. Well, I'm not a fruitarian. Linda Mon is just trying to. She's prying and reaching, isn't she? Should I answer this question? Guys, why is it okay to kill a tree for a bowl? Why? I think this is a triggered non-vegan. I think that's what that is. But people who have time to mean nothing better do. I'm a really good reader. Yeah, Michelle. Sad people hurt people hurt people. Sad people hurt people. There's no person out there that's giving everybody a real bad time and making everybody's lives harder who is just enlightened and stoked about their life. Doesn't exist. Only hurt people hurt people. You can speak to 100 people and maybe one would take something useful away. But they'll tell someone, yeah? Just saying I subscribe to you, but unsubscribed. Oh no, Sharon. Sad face. And that someone will tell someone and that message is still delivered. Melina, yeah. It's important to have conversations about things that matter. Okay, if the mod is still here, feel free to block Sharon. She's just taking up space and making this more difficult. Can we just treat each other well and as humanly as possible? The strike goes away after 90 days. Yeah, I just didn't want to wait for that, I guess. All right. How many more comments are here? Oh, there's not many. Okay. All right, we're gonna wrap it up pretty soon here, but I'm gonna try to get through everything. If you guys have some real important question that you want to ask, do it. But if not, let's just call this. Oh my gosh, 2 hours. That's crazy. I have so many coworkers who've claimed to be animal lovers and eat chicken and beef. I told them, you mean pet lovers. Yeah. Miley Cyrus said that well as well. She said the same thing, pretty much. Dude, just block them. Yeah. Ayla, you were right to just block these people. I'm sorry for even going against your moderation. What language am I learning? I'm learning Portuguese, sort of. I'm not really trying to learn it. I really want to get my ish together and really start learning it. Yeah, Orlin is absolutely not innocent. Oh, the robot vacuum just went off for some reason. You calm down. Yeah, I just feel like Orlin would not have ever done any of these kinds of things had he not been influenced by Nick. So that's why I have empathy for him. This dude has 20 people watching him. Go figure, you were a joke. Sharon, you got me again, Sharon. Forgot to read your name. All right, I'm going to read the names first. I think that's how you're supposed to do this, right? Carmel, relax, Sharon. Yeah. Chunky Chicks, Rocky Road. Yeah, this is so much more fun if I read the names. Holy crap. That's true. I'm diabetic. Huge difference between the way my body uses refined sugars and natural sugars. Kellyanne Kennison. My husband can't stand the sounds of chewing. LOL. Someone mentioned they couldn't before on my comment. I have to put headphones in when I watch Zach Joy's videos. LOL. Yeah. Sorry, I just had a lot of thoughts happen right there. I don't really get the whole ASMR thing. I'm not gonna lie. I can give myself the chills without ASMR, or without anything. I can just do it. I can raise my, raise the hair on my, what's the word? Make my hair stand on end. Just mentally. So I don't need ASMR. It doesn't do anything for me. Life isn't about money and things. That doesn't make you happy. And Nick is a great example. Yeah. Logan Marcus. That comment was by Chunky Chicks Rocky Road, by the way. Great name. Logan Marcus. Nick craves attention like Crump. His name should be Crump. Trump craves attention. Trump won from his scandals, and Nick was winning from his too. His views tripled, and he gained like 100K on Instagram. I think people need to be quiet. Yeah, that would be the smart thing to do. That means people need to be enlightened, and I don't think that's happening anytime soon. I don't ever watch his videos. I watch them like once every few months when my friend sends me a video and is like, oh my God, like what happened? I'm like, oh my God. And I watch like a part of it and I'm like, I can't even. But the last couple of days I've been kind of skimming through the ones he puts up just to see if he mentions me in this whole situation. But I agree. Just not giving what he wants, which is attention. How are you feeling today? And unless he puts out really great content. I have no problem with that. I just want him to change. I want him to be, I don't want him to lose his YouTube channel. Ideally, he would just change and start becoming a good person and happy ending, right? I was thinking today in the shower, there's all these like superhero movies, right? And the premise is like the hero's journey where the new ones are coming out. Well, it's not new, but like the good ones will have like the story about the villain, right? Like Joker. He's a good guy. Bad stuff happened to him. He became a bad guy. But he doesn't think he's a bad guy. No, none of these bad guys think they're bad guys. They all think they're good guys. So instead of the good guy, the superhero, destroying or killing or imprisoning or doing whatever to the bad guy, there needs to be a superhero movie. I shouldn't be saying this because this is $1 million freaking idea. I'm going to leave you guys hanging on that one because that's a really good idea. I don't want anybody stealing it. I have a lot of ideas and I never do anything with them. So maybe I should just say them so they get out there. But okay, that was rude. I can't give you blue balls like that. You guys need to know. There should be a superhero movie where the good guy, instead of destroying or killing or imprisoning the bad guy, he just holds him down, maybe gives him a couple noogies, and he's like, all right, we're going to do some shadow work. We're going to look at your traumas, and we're going to find out, we're going to do some trauma revisitation and trauma resolution, and we're going to find out why you became a bad guy. Because you're not a bad guy. You're a good guy. Something happened to you that made you this way. So instead of killing you or destroying you, we're going to do some shadow work, and we're going to make you a good guy again. How about that? How do I tell I like her? Vegan Revolution, you're always posting these spot-on great things. It is hilarious for me to read this comment from you. I love it. How do I tell my crush I like her? You buy her some vegan chocolates, bruh. I've been trying to tell people for years. The reason why I wasn't very clear, the reason why I think that's so hilarious coming from you is because you're always posting these like deep, controversial statements that give zero fucks about what anybody thinks. And then you comment that. It's just hilarious. I love it. I've been trying to tell people for years that Nico is bad news. The villain is the most remembered, and on social media, that means money. How do we spread word on Nico without helping him? I don't know. You can make videos and say, don't go watch his channel. Watch this to understand why you shouldn't go watch his channel. But even that, I don't want to be this person that's saying, don't go watch his channel. I want to be the person, as I made in my first recent video, that's saying, go put loving, positive comments on there that support him and ask him to do some trauma resolution and revisitation and look at why he's being so crazy. Or just walk away, you know. It's such a difficult situation because we need to warn everybody about this person, but this person thrives on attention. We need people to understand why they should stay away from this person because he's dangerous. But it's social media, so everybody wants to go see who the hell we're talking about, and they want us. It's exciting to watch a train wreck dumpster fire, right? So it's really hard not to go watch him, and watching him does encourage him to keep making things. But I kind of do feel like if you look at his videos, they're changing. The content is changing. He's not done a complete 180, and he's still probably just manipulating, but he's changing. He's posting these old videos about when he was vegan. You can tell he's having some kind of mental, I don't know if it's a mental breakdown or a introspection. You know, things are changing over there, and it's good to see. And that's what we should be saying. Oh, this is good. It's good. Things are changing. Like I said, for people who are new and don't want to sit through the whole 2 hour and 12-minute video, he made a video that is it's a video that's about when he was vegan, 5 seconds of when he was vegan, 5 seconds of now. He's like talking about all these beautiful things. Oh, this is nice. Oh yeah. And then it's him just talking about how fat he is. And then, oh, no, this is nice over here about animals. And oh, this is cool. Yeah. Oh, and then talking about how Obama says pizza's a vegetable. And then, oh, he's just showing this huge contrast of who he used to be and who he is now. And he's doing some introspection. And that is great. That is good. That's what we want. I don't care if people go and watch his videos. That's fine. I don't care. I mean, if people start, I've seen it, and the comments are changing too. They're changing from, oh, you're so insane, to like, hey, dude. I saw a comment that was like, hey, dude, if you, hey, doggers. I saw a comment that was like, hey, you could use this opportunity as something really beautiful. You could start eating well again and get your life back and lose weight, and you could be inspiring. You could use this as a, see, these are the comments that are going up on his channel now, and this is good. This is change. This is what we want. So Logan, it's not all doom and gloom. Nico copies Trump philosophy. You're right. I'm not saying you're not right. You are right, but you're pessimistic, and I'm optimistic, and I like my side better. Nico copies Trump philosophy. The squeakiest wheel gets the most attention. Yes, yes, absolutely. And the most mentally unstable fight the hardest to get power. And that's why we have people like Trump in power. And now with social media and freaking, I don't know if you guys seen this documentary about, I think it's called The Great Hack. With social media just manipulating everybody. They're like swaying whole elections. It's happening here in Brazil too. We've got what, as they say, tropical Trump. He's like way, way worse than Trump is Bolsonaro. Trump is stupid and not a good guy. Bolsonaro is downright evil. He's like the worst person I've ever seen in my entire life. And he used the same exact tactics that Trump used, the same campaign company, I believe, same everything. and it's happening at Boris in the UK. These absolute psychopaths are getting power everywhere, and it's a little scary. So maybe I'm a little doom and gloom too, Logan. I feel you. I have a question. Any tips for converting in a plant-based diet? Coming from Carmel. I think I called you Camel earlier. Sorry about that. Any tips for converting to you say vegan diet, I say plant-based diet. I've been really wanting to try, but I feel like cravings will get to me. They will get to you maybe. But if you want to do a vegan diet, watch Earthlings and realize that whatever you used to crave is really the dead body of an animal or the stolen breast milk that's been coagulated into something we call cheese. It's really weird. Or like the menstrual cycle of a chicken. These things are real weird, and craving them, also real weird. So watch these things that show you what these foods actually are. And if you want to be a vegan, like you said, you'll see why you should care about animals. So you, instead of thinking about yourself and what you're craving and what you're missing out on, you're going to be thinking about the animals and the absolutely terrible lives they have to live in order for you to get these things. And you're going to be thinking about how disgusting they are and how unethical it is and how you don't want to ever have anything to do with it ever again. So your cravings are going to go out the window. And if you're craving a hamburger, go have a vegan hamburger. Beyond Burgers, amazing. All sorts of vegan. I don't know where you live, but there's vegan restaurants everywhere. There's vegan products and basically every like legit food substitutes like vegan hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken, shrimp, everything. If you're craving something, there's almost positively a vegan version of it. Just saying, Logan, he does not, for real, it has nothing to do with Trump. I know what he's saying. Trump's a manipulator, and he's using the puppets behind him are using very manipulative tactics with fake news. Nikocado does fake news all the time. He's making this correlation between Nikocado and Trump, and it is accurate. It is very accurate. I was thinking this yesterday. You may be eating the mango like a monkey, but it's still delicious. It's all the same. Yep, it is. Look how destroyed this thing is. All right, I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna answer these last questions. Still 16 people. Appreciate you guys for sticking around. Okay, I'm dripping. These are my nice pants. I'm dripping mango on them. I have a question. Okay, I already did that. I'm working out while I watch. That's great, Maritza. I'm a lazy bum lately. I need to start working out again. Melina, I think you're great too. Thank you. Does your vacuum pick up the rabbit poop? Sure does. What was that, Anna?
It does.
Yeah, sure does. I have my ass. And the hair, dog hair, bunny hair. We sweep. This house is every morning and night. Anna sweeps at night. I just started sweeping in the morning. I'm learning how to be a good husband, you guys. Isn't that right, Anna?
Yeah.
I'm putting in the work. I'm only a good... Before I met Anna, I was probably a lot more like Nikocado than I am like me right now. I was not that great of a person. But thanks to Anna, you can't see her. There she is. Look at those bright pants. Thanks to Anna, I'm a much better person now. Okay. Laugh my ass off. Question of the evening. What was the question of the evening? I didn't see that. You guys like me picking my nose? Okay, how do we reach Nikokado's remaining supporters so they don't glow up utilizing a narcissist? That's a good question. I think soon, honestly, I think a bunch of T channels are going to come out. They're going to find my video and come out with videos about it. And his remaining supporters are, honestly, I don't think he has a lot of real remaining supporters. I think he's buying likes. I think he made a video himself and said he went through 1,000 comments and couldn't find a single positive comment. I'm not kidding you. But if you look at the video, the pinned comment has a bunch of positive comments. I'm pretty sure those are all fake. The only people who are supporting Nick now are people who haven't seen his videos for a very long time and they don't know what's happened, or they're Nick with fake accounts, or they're people with similar mental disorders who identify with Nick and they're living in denialville with Nick. They're living in denial and they're feeding off of all the nonsense he's saying, and they're like, yeah, that enables me to keep being in denial. I like that. Nick, you're the best. So I'm not too worried about Nick Ocato's remaining supporters, to be perfectly honest. Idolizing? Charlie? I don't know what's happening. Did I say something wrong and you're just helping me out? Probably.
So much in the way now.
Me? You?
Me.
No, you're not in the way. You're
Sorry.
fine. Anna thinks she's in the way. She's not in the way. You're making this more interesting. It's just a black background. Great movie concept. Thank you, Logan. It's a great movie concept. Nobody steal it from me. We're going to hold you down and recondition you into a better bad guy. Remember, the things you do are bad. You aren't bad. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Nice name. Thank you. Abigail Lister. See, that's stuff like this. Thank you. Thank you. This stuff like this reminds me of seeing 11:11 for a different reason, not just because it's repeated. Thank you. Thank you. Synchronicities that are great, that make life fun and interesting. Hi from the UK. Listen to your Nick video in the car as a podcast. Almost. You should do podcasts. Maybe I will. Thanks for the encouragement. Oh, I need that vac. What is that? A Roomba thing? Yeah, it's not a Roomba, but it's like a cheaper version of a Roomba. Thank you. Dude, I was first. They just posting now. Huh? The Carrie person loves Nick. Yeah, just so everybody knows, Carrie used to be in the raw vegan community as well with Nick. I think she actually encouraged Nick to get into mukbangs. And when Nick started bashing the raw vegan movement and making those anti-Woodstock Fruit Festival videos, we are pretty sure that she was in there pretending to be a attendee, pretending to have this terrible, awful experience that never happened. Basically, in one of these videos, Nick has a voice that he uses one of those voice scramblers on, so it sounds like it's unrecognizable who it's coming from, that they use in like witness protection when they do documentaries and stuff. He did that, and we are all pretty sure it was Carrie in that voice just pretending to be somebody, because it was the same. She was using the same very unique intonations. And look, it's 11:11. Check it out. Well, this says 23:10, but my computer says 11:11. So she was pretending to be a Woodstock attendee who had a terrible experience for one of his videos, and it was almost absolutely positively her, because there's only one person who talks like she does, and nobody's needing a witness protection freaking audio thing for a drama video. It's just so ridiculous. Nick, you're extra. So are you, Carrie. And so when Nick left, Carrie left, and she followed him and is his number one fan.
Did you see the bunnies?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah. I fed him on camera. I'll show you. Tiny picked up the food thing. It was like throwing it all over the place. It was definitely the highlight of this whole thing.
Yeah, it was fun.
I'm interested to see if Nick makes a response to your recent videos. Just be prepared. You will still be wrong. He'll still try to discredit you. I am almost positive he will not try to touch it. It is too tight. He cannot, just can't. He already saw what happened to him with Stephanie Sue. It just digs his hole even deeper. If he tries, nobody's going to believe him. And like I said in my video, I can go deeper. I can go a lot deeper with everything. There's a lot more. Anything he tries to say about me, I can prove it's wrong. And there's things that I did not mention that I could mention. So I'm pretty sure, like, he never responded to my video that I made years ago that proved that everything he was saying was false. He never tried to touch it. Even back then, that video was boring and long and terrible. It was awful. And he did not touch it. He did not mention my youth. He didn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I'm sure it's gonna be the same now. But that said, go for it, Nick, if you want. But I encourage you, rather than denying everything, acknowledge everything and apologize for everything. That's what is going to get people watching you again and liking you again, not destroying others. Okay, so I accidentally wrote utilizing instead of idolizing in my first comment. That's what I meant. Thanks for answering my question. You're welcome. Oh, word. Yeah, I remember that. I understood what you meant. Okay. Because he and Orlin got their herpes from herpes spiked cakes at Woodstock. Oh my God. So yeah, that is one thing that I could get into in the video. I don't know why. That's like the juiciest thing of everything. Claiming that you got herpes from a cake
Never ate.
that he never ate. But that's the icing on the cake right there, that he never even ate it. So get this. This is the story. All right, this is the end of the video. So back in the day, Nigakato, you guys know the story from my last video, but what I didn't mention very much, I put in the text, but he said that in 2014, the year we got married, the wedding cake for our wedding was made of coconuts that were pulled out of the trash, and herpes from somebody, who doesn't know who, when somebody drank it. Somebody drank a coconut, right? All right, let's start at the beginnings. Somebody with herpes drank a coconut. The herpes went down the straw into the coconut. Coconut was thrown in the trash. Sometime later, coconut was taken back out of the trash. Coconut meat was pulled out of the coconut with the herpes on it, of course. Herpes coconut meat was blended up into a coconut cake, made into a cake, and served to everybody at the wedding. And somebody ate that herpes. The herpes went onto somebody's spoon, into somebody's mouth, and gave Orlin herpes. And then Orlin gave Nick herpes in 2014, mind you. And then in 2015, he comes back, even though the festival gave him herpes, right? Terrible festival, gave me herpes. I still want to go back. I love it. I make 9 videos about how much I love this festival. And then, oh my God, I remembered this festival gave both of us herpes. Let's destroy it. That's the story, folks. It's hilarious, right? I have some aversion to laughing. I'm like, that's why I'm not laughing hysterically about how hilarious this is. I'm too self-conscious. It's part of the thing that came from all my self-consciousness that I talked about in the video, but that's why I awkwardly stared at the camera for a while after I said that. Just being honest with you guys, that's one of my things I'm working. But crazy, right? I had something else to say, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, so I have a theory about that. Oh, actually, I don't even need to have a theory about this. Nick admits apparently in one of his videos that he gave Orlin herpes. And that's exactly what my theory was from back in the day, that Orlin went away to Africa to volunteer, and while Orlin was away, Nick cheated on him and got herpes. And then when Orlin came back, Nick gave Orlin herpes and had to blame it on somewhere. I don't know if Nick actually lied to Orlin and said that Orlin was the one who had herpes and gave it to Nick, or if Nick knew that he gave it to Orlin and they both were in on this lie to Woodstock. I don't know if it was two coconuts with one stone, I don't know if he was knocking down 2 herpes coconuts with one stone with this lie, Orlin and the Woodstock Fruit Festival, or if Orlin was in on it. But my fucking my theory, my hypothesis, my hunch was absolutely apparently freaking validated, because apparently he admitted that he's the one who gave Orlin herpes. Crazy, right? Doesn't get much crazier than that. Yeah, Nick cheated with 12 people. Nick cheated on Orlin 12 times, and that's just the times that he knows about. Okay, so now we got a bunch more questions. Things just got heated again.
You mentioned you never even ate the cake.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I didn't even get into this part. Yeah. So he claims that it was the wedding. You guys don't need more. There doesn't need to be more to debunk this story, but let's go there. Yeah, so he said it was our wedding cake that he ate that had the herpes on it. He said that was a coconut cake. No, you can see in our wedding video that it was almost purely watermelon. It was just like cut up watermelon stacked on each other with some like other fruits like grapes or kiwis or something on there. We didn't even eat it. We had some durian and then went back to the room and hung out. But the birthday cake, the coconut cake. So here's the thing. It gets just crazy, layered on crazy. So the coconut cake that he's referring to wasn't actually a coconut cake. It was just a cake that had coconut frosting. I have pictures of it. Hushbang has pictures of it. I think she's going to share it in her video. It was a fruit cake with coconut frosting that was made for the owner of the festival's daughter for her birthday. It says "Happy Birthday, Nancy" on it. And what I imagine, because I think Orlin was volunteering that year, maybe Nick was too, they saw it being made. They were jealous about it. So they threw it into their web of lies. They wanted to eat it, but they didn't. So they said they did, and they got herpes from it. It was a beautiful cake. It was probably the most cool, amazingly good tasting thing at that whole festival, because it's just fruit and vegetables, right? There's no like really prepared amazing things. There are now, but like back then it was just mostly just fruit and vegetables. Maybe there was like something that was prepared, like a salad dressing and maybe some little extra thing. But like that cake was probably like, if they saw it, they're like, oh dang, that looks good. I want to try that. So they mixed it into their web of lies. Again, jealousy and lies and insanity. So I'm going to put, obviously, in this video, I'm going to put a couple links. It's going to be like, these are the 2 most important, interesting parts of this thing. When the bunny tips over the freaking food bowl and this whole herpes thing. Everything else is not as fun to listen to. Just kidding. This has been really great. I'm totally just kidding. I didn't mean to talk down on anything. This has been really awesome, and I've really enjoyed every single second of it, even though I'm socially awkward, and I've been anxious throughout the whole thing. Okay, so great movie concept. Herpes spiked cakes. Okay, that's where we left off. I meant T channels just posting now. I was first. Oh, I see what Nick is a long time ago. Yeah, Just Saying has a T video about me and other people who've come forth and stuff. It's interesting. You can go check it out. Logan, Nico ignoring most things. He only responds to people with subscribers. He never responded to Brianna either. Exactly. And people said he was championing, what was it? Hush, no. Shook Bang. They said, oh, Nick's such a great person. He's championing a small channel. No, Nick is projecting and trying to bring down Veronica Wang and pretending like he's such a good guy for championing a small channel, but really he's just being a total dick. I can tell my brain's tired because I could have got more to the core of that, but I just resulted to name calling because my brain is tired. It's late. 11:23. I'm going to go real soon. Okay. Stop answering questions. I'm too much of a people pleaser. I don't want to leave anybody out. Okay. He isn't responding to most drama videos. Yep. I feel sorry for his family. I know they're embarrassed. Must be Logan Marcus, right? Now I know who you're talking about. Cosmic Fairy. She was vegan at one time. They seem to be close friends. They all live in Florida. It's good he's managing his time to fabricate letters from lawyers. Ranch dripping all over his memories is kind of offensive. I don't know, just my opinion. Yeah, it's not the most attractive thing in the world. Nick is the mukbang martyr in this vegan saga. Nico is a troll. When will people learn instead of feeding his trolling God? Or feeding his trolling God, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Feed the troll till it has a heart attack. That's a bit much. How are you feeling so far? I'm feeling all right. I'm still a little nervous. Did you hear yourself saying it out loud? It's a troll. His stories are hilarious, but also not true. Don't feed the trolls. You are making a story live on for years now. Logan, don't try to shut me up. It's not a good look. Nick cheats on his husband. Logan, I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna walk away from this all again. I'm just telling a story that needs to be told, and I'm not gonna keep doing this for long. Nick cheats on his husband. Yes, sad. Orlin likes it apparently. Hasn't Orlin come out and said that himself? Because I doubt it. He said many times he didn't want an open relationship. Hey, I can send you that video link. I know what you're talking about if it's still up. I'm not. Are you talking about the herpes thing? Admitting that he gave herpes to his husband? Yeah, that'd be interesting to send me that video link. Thanks. According to Orlin's mukbangs, Orlin cheats on Nico regularly. They call it open relationship. Yeah, maybe now that Nick is just completely disrespected Orlin's want to have a closed relationship, that Nick is now allowing Orlin to do the same. Their herpes is their herpes. No one even had to know about it. Yeah, like honestly, nobody had to know about any of the nonsense that they do. That's some non-ethical polyamory. Yeah. Seems like such a toxic relationship. Not my monkey, not my herpes. Not my president either. I'm laughing so hard. God forgive me. Glad you're enjoying this. I still think 90% of what Nico says are just stories like the coconut cake. Yeah, I agree. I think almost everything he says is false in one way or another. Woodstock has upped their game every year. Woodstock is awesome and amazing, and I'm gonna post. I think my next video is gonna be a video about Woodstock. It is beautiful. It is paradise. It is what life is supposed to be. Just a bunch of awesome, great people hanging out together in peace, getting healthy, being active, laughing, having a good time in an amazing location. This sounds like an advertisement for it. I just love it. It's awesome. And you'll see why if you haven't seen my videos, do that. But I'm going to post one soon that's like really heartfelt. It's like testimonials about it, kind of like what I just did, but in HD, nice cinematic video equipment. Looks good. And nice, cool people talking. Okay, I hope you're not stressing over this too much. Cloudy? I'm not stressing at all. I'm spending too much time on it. It is consuming me a little bit. I'm letting that happen, but I'm not stressing. If anything, I'm kind of enjoying finally getting people to recognize that I'm not a liar. That feels good. Anna, come get Rainy. It's okay to not answer all the questions. Good night and thank you. All right, thanks, guys. I'm not going to beat myself up for it. Thank you, just saying, for looking for that. Maritza, the people at Woodstock are great. I'm going to go try to hang out with more with Anna this year. All right, we're done, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking around, coming by. Hopefully I'll get better at this and not so nervous. You want to say bye with everybody? She says bye. Night just saying bye, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. Give it a thumbs if you liked it, and have a wonderful day and night and whatever time it is where you're at. Peace.
Is it over? Look at Teeny Boy. Give me the D-Boy. Oh, look up for miles. It's like, whoa. Flopped.
Oh man, I clicked a button, but it didn't end it.
Oh.
Okay. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. I got mango on my hand.